out at home, sunshine, getting breakfast served to you in bed. What's going on here?
Well, hey, thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it. Sorry I couldn't be there in person. As many of you know, back on May 2nd, I was packing that evening to go fly out early in the morning to see my brother Jim, who was having a heart surgery up in St. Louis, and I ended up having a stroke. And we're like, what the heck is going on here? And I ended up going in the hospital for a few days, and then they moved me over to a rehab center they're supposed to be a whole month, but I really want to say to everybody there, a lot of people I know, a lot of people I love, and just super patriots that are there. I'm really just excited to hear about this. It's whatever, 500-600 people there. I want to thank Guano and Matt who've done so much to work with me over the last month or so, but we decided I wouldn't be able to make it today, but thanks to your prayers, after 2 weeks I was released from rehab. The doctor said, hey, your bios are the best I've ever seen, and was walking, and that was a month ago. So I've been home, I've been walking, and thanks to your prayers, I've been getting around pretty good and getting better every day, so thank you all very much.
Hey, Joe, before you go, quick question. You type, you have to do so much work with these articles you put together, the conversations like that. Is there like speech things that where you can just talk and it types for you that would work for you, or you can still try and get your fingers working so you can do all that intricate typing? I mean, think of it, how hard would it be to do the communications you do if you couldn't just type it in? And I know that was affecting your right hand a bit. Is that getting better?
Yeah, thanks for asking. Yeah, it's a bit choppy. I'm trying to use some voice recognition, but I still want to, force myself to write and type. And it's really bizarre. You kind of get exhausted when I just type a little bit, which is bizarre. Anybody that's done sports in the past, used to do a lot more scenes before I got tired and winded. But I'm working on that. It's coming out great. So, and really, the thing I want to share with you guys today, more than anything, a couple of points. One is I think you're doing the absolute right thing. I heard what Juan said about, this is happening around the world. What they're trying to do is there is a communist attack. I think we need to realize that everything the media says is lies, and that's a premise that you have to understand. Don't buy into any of this stuff. There's a lot of lies going on. I believe we're 80% of the population now, and we can confirm that through various measurements. I think this is my theory. Back a year after the election in 2020, 62% of Americans said, hey, the election was stolen, and 65% said January 6th was a setup. And recently there was a poll by the same company, Rasmussen, that said 78% of people believe that the government is weaponized. To me, that's a show of more and more people are jumping on our side. They're seeing how bad the left is, how they lie, and they have lost their narratives. Don't ever believe them when they say the midterms are lost or anything like that. We are crushing them. We saw it a couple nights ago with the incredible event at the White House. Every day we're crushing them in their lives. They're becoming less and less effective, and that's really a big part of you guys and what, many of you guys, podcasters, writers, preachers, you're great people, and we just got to keep promoting the truth and don't believe a damn word they say. It's all lies. So that's one thing I wanted to say. And I guess one other point too I want to say today is thank you to Tina Peters for all you've done. You've been a role model for all of us. Tina, just for the crowd to hear, two quick stories on Tina, and I'll be done. I know you guys want to move on. But I wrote a piece a couple of years ago. It was by a lady from Colorado who sent it to me. It was a friend of Tina's. And Tina had reached out to her and said, hey, if anything happens to me, I'm not suicidal. And we put that piece up, and about 2 or 3 weeks later, we heard, I received an email. It was from a lady, and she says, your piece really struck me. Is there any way you can get that to President Trump? I'm Tina Peters' mom, and I'm concerned for my daughter, her 95-year-old mom. And I can tell you what, that rocked a lot of us. And I believe President Trump saw that, and he's been fighting for it ever since. The other thing that says a lot about Tina that you won't hear is she would call me a couple times. I've been blessed that she'd call me from prison and missed a couple of the calls, which really bummed me out. But once she got through, we're talking, and she asked me, she goes, Joe, how are you doing? Here's a lady in prison that's asking me that. I can't get choked up, but that's who Tina Peters is. That's who they're after. They're after good Americans like you, me, and Tina. And that's why it's important that we continue to fight and share the truth and do the right thing day after day after day.
A lot of applause here for you. Joe, you know, the one thing that I'm so thankful for, thank God you have, your mind is as clear as ever. And even though you got the memory muscle back up with that right hand, and that you're sharp as a tick, you've got it all in your mind, it's still working, that's a gift. And so look forward to having you the next time. Let's get together, break bread soon. We had a nice dinner together here just a month or so before this happened. And that might have been 2 weeks, whatever. But that was so fun. I really enjoyed it. And you're one of the great allies in this whole operation. So a point of contact for everybody here. So thanks, Joe.
Thank you, guys. Thank you very much.
And get back soon. No more carpet begging. Let's get you to work. You got things to do.